I've spent over 4,000 hours staring at charts, blowing up more accounts than I want to admit, and I've lost over $300,000 learning what I'm about to teach you in the next 13 minutes. 98% of traders fail, but here's what nobody tells you. They don't fail because trading doesn't work. They fail because they're making 7 specific mistakes that guarantee failure. And if you're watching this video right now, you're probably making at least 3 of them without even knowing it. In fact, by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the exact reasons why most traders never make it. And more importantly, the exact blueprint that 2% use to actually succeed. But here's the thing, if you click away right now, you'll keep making the same mistakes that cost me years of my life and hundreds of thousands of dollars. You'll keep jumping from strategy to strategy, wondering why nothing works. You'll keep blowing up accounts, thinking you just need one more indicator or one more course. But the problem is not your strategy. The problem isn't your technical analysis. The problem is that you don't know what you don't know. I'm going to show you exactly what separates the 2% who make it from the 98% who don't. So let's dive in. Let me hit you with some brutal statistics that will change how you think about trading forever. 98% of traders lose money. But here's what's interesting. They don't actually fail because trading doesn't work. They fail because they give up. The average trader quits within the first year. They jump into the markets expecting to get rich quick. They lose some money, they get frustrated, and they move on to the next get rich quick scheme. They never give themselves enough time to actually develop the skill of trading. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. Trading is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a skill that takes years to master. You wouldn't expect to become a surgeon after watching a few YouTube videos, so why do people think they can master the financial markets in a few weeks? I spent my first 2 years thinking I was just unlucky or that I needed to find the perfect strategy. I jumped from scalping to swing trading to day trading, always looking for that magic bullet that would make me profitable overnight. I was completely wrong about what the real problem was. The traders who make it understand that this is a long-term game. They're willing to put in the time, effort, and dedication required to develop a real skill. They treat it like learning to become a doctor or a lawyer. They know it's going to take years and they're okay with that. Here's another statistic that will blow your mind. Of the 2% who do make it, most of them took at least 2 to 3 years to become consistently profitable. Some took even longer, but once they figured it out, they had a skill that could generate income for the rest of their lives. The difference between the 98% who fail and the 2% who succeed is not talent, luck, or having access to specific or secret information. It's mindset, discipline, and persistence. The successful traders simply refuse to give up, and they approach trading like the serious business that it is. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do. Let me break down the 7 deadly mistakes that guarantee failure, because I've made every single one of them. Mistake number 1, they have no systematic approach. Most traders are gambling, not trading. They take trades based on feelings, hunches, or what some guru said on Twitter. They have no clear rules for when to enter, when to exit, or how much to risk. I used to be exactly like this. I'd see a setup that looked good and just jump in without any plan. I had no idea where I'd take profits or cut my losses. I was basically flipping a coin and hoping for the best. Profitable trading requires a systematic approach. You need a step-by-step process that you follow religiously, regardless of how you feel about any individual trade. Your system should tell you exactly when to enter, where to place your stop loss, where to take profits, and how much to risk. Mistake number 2, they focus on making money instead of developing the skill of trading. This is backwards thinking that will destroy your account. When you focus on money, you make emotional decisions. You overtrade because you need to pay bills. You over-risk because you want to make money faster. You take trades that do not meet your criteria because you're desperate. The shift that changes everything is focusing on being right about price direction. When you master the skill of predicting where price wants to go, the money follows naturally. But when you put money first, you'll never develop the skill because you're always making emotional decisions. Mistake number 3, they don't understand risk management at all. Most traders risk way too much per trade. They'll risk 5%, 10%, 20% of their account on a single trade because they're so confident it's going to win. This is financial suicide. Here's the reality. Even if you have a 70% win rate, you'll have losing streaks. If you risk 10% per trade and lose 5 in a row, you've lost 40% of your account. If you risk 2% per trade and lose 5 in a row, you've only lost just under 10. The maths is simple, but most traders ignore it. The rule that will save your career: never risk more than 1 to 2% of your account on any single trade. Now, this isn't a suggestion, it's a survival rule. I don't care how confident you are about a trade or how good you think you are, just stick to this one rule. Mistake number 4, they jump from strategy to strategy constantly. I see this all the time. Someone tries a strategy for a week, loses a few trades, and immediately jumps to something else. They're constantly looking for the holy grail that doesn't exist. You need to pick one strategy and master it completely. It doesn't matter if it's the best strategy in the world. What matters is that you understand it inside and out and can execute it flawlessly under pressure. What matters is that you understand it inside and out and can execute it flawlessly under pressure. I've seen traders make money with simple moving average crossovers because they mastered that one approach. Mistake number 5, they can't handle losses psychologically. Most traders take losses personally. They get angry, frustrated, pissed off, or depressed when they lose a trade. This emotional reaction leads to revenge trading, over-risking, and bigger losses. You have to understand that losses are a part of trading. Even the best traders lose 40 to 50% of their trades. The key is keeping your losses small and your winners big. If you can't handle losing trades without getting emotional, you need to reduce your position size until losses don't affect you. Mistake number 6, they have unrealistic expectations. Most people get into trading thinking they're going to double their account every month. They see some guru on Instagram showing some fake screenshots and think that it's normal. It's not. Professional traders are happy with 20 to 30% annual returns. If you can consistently make 2 to 3% per month, you're doing extremely well. Adjust your expectations to reality and you'll make much better trading decisions. Mistake number 7, they don't treat trading like a business. They don't track their performance, they don't analyze their mistakes, and they don't have a business plan. They're just gambling and hoping for the best. Successful traders track everything. They know their win rate, their average winner, their average loser, their maximum drawdown, their overall probability, their profit factor, everything. They know all aspects of it. They analyze their losing trades to understand what went wrong. They continuously work to improve their performance. If you're making even 3 of these mistakes, you are guaranteed to fail. But here's the good news. Every single one of these is fixable. So what separates the 2% who make it from the 98% who don't? I've studied successful traders obsessively. And here's what they all have in common. First, they treat trading like a business, not a hobby. They have strict rules, systems, and processes in place. They track their performance meticulously. They know their numbers inside out, and they have a business plan and they stick to it. Now, when I started treating trading like a business instead of a hobby, everything changed for me. I created detailed spreadsheets tracking every aspect of my performance. I analyzed my losing trades to find patterns, and I set monthly and yearly goals and targets. I approached it professionally. Second, they're incredibly patient. They understand that most trading opportunities are not worth taking. They wait for higher probability setups that meet all of their criteria. They'd rather take no trades than bad trades. The best trader I know sometimes goes weeks without taking a trade. He's waiting for his setup and he's comfortable sitting on his hands until it appears. Most traders can't handle this level of patience. They need action. They need to feel like they're doing something. But patience is a superpower in trading. Third, they focus on the process, not the outcome. They judge themselves on whether they followed their rules, not on whether they made money on any individual trade. They understand that you can take a perfect trade and still lose money, and you can take a terrible trade and make money. Fourth, they have proper risk management that they never ever violate. They never risk more than they can afford to lose on a single trade. They size their positions based on their stop loss distance, not on how confident they feel. They understand that risk management is more important than being right. Fifth, they continuously educate themselves, but they do it systematically. They're always learning, always improving, but they don't jump from teacher to teacher or strategy to strategy. They master one approach before moving on to another. Sixth, they have complete emotional control. They never let emotions drive their decisions. They can take losses without getting angry and wins without getting overconfident. They've developed the ability to think rationally under pressure. And seventh, and this is crucial, they use a broker they can actually trust. Can't tell you how many traders I've seen who do everything right, but they're using some sketchy, unregulated broker that manipulates spreads, slips their orders, or worse, just disappears with their money. Your broker is the foundation of your trading business. If you can't trust them, nothing else matters. Here's exactly how to be in the 2% who actually make it step by step. First, completely change your mindset about what trading actually is. Stop thinking about trading as a way to make quick money. Start thinking about it as a skill that takes time to develop. Be willing to put in the work for years, not just weeks. Understand that becoming consistently profitable is like becoming a doctor. It takes time, but once you have the skill, you have it for life. Second, develop a systematic approach that removes emotion from your decision making. Write down your trading rules in complete detail and follow them religiously. Your rules should cover everything: what markets you trade, what times you trade, how you identify setups, where you enter, where you exit, how much you risk. If you can't explain your trading plan in detail, you don't have a plan. Third, focus on risk management above everything else. Never risk more than 1 to 2% of your account per trade. This single rule will keep you in the game long enough to develop your skills. Most traders blow up their accounts before they have a chance to learn because they risk too much per trade. Fourth, be incredibly patient. Wait for only high probability setups that meet all of your criteria. Don't force trades just because you're bored or need to pay the bills. The market doesn't care about your personal situation. Trust me. Trade only when your edge is present. Fifth, keep detailed records of everything you do when it comes to trading. Track every trade, why you took it, what happened, how you were feeling before and after the trade and during, and what you learned. This data will help you identify patterns and continuously improve your performance. Number 6, never stop learning, but learn systematically. Don't jump from teacher to teacher or strategy to strategy. Pick one approach and master it completely before moving on to anything else. The markets are constantly evolving and you need to evolve with them, but do it systematically. And seventh, use a broker you can actually trust. I've been trading for almost a decade and I've seen traders lose everything because their broker wasn't properly regulated or just disappeared overnight. That's why I only use one broker, the same one over 3,000 of my clients use. They're fully regulated and in 10 years, I've never had a single issue with withdrawals or order execution. I'm not going to tell you that having the right broker will make you profitable, that's on you. But having the wrong broker can destroy you even if you do everything else right. Check out the link in the description. That's a broker that I trust with my own money, my life, and the foundation that you need to start with. Finally, develop infinite patience with yourself. Don't expect to be profitable immediately. Focus on following your rules consistently and the profits will follow. Celebrate small improvements and learn from every single mistake. Remember, trading is a marathon, not a sprint. The people who succeed are the ones who approach it professionally, manage risk properly, use a trustworthy broker, and never give up. You can be in that 2% if you're willing to do what 98% of people aren't willing to do. The link to the broker is in the description.